What's going on, guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital, and welcome to our Friday live stream. In this live stream, we're going to be talking about some interesting trades for the week, your daily recap. These are your market minutes, and they're your market minutes live. And yeah, we're just going to be recapping pretty much everything. So, got to turn that down. Don't want to echo. Hope you guys are having an awesome Friday. Let me grab my phone so I can pull up the comments. And then we'll get straight to it. So, how is everybody today? Give me a sec. And I hope this doesn't echo. I turned the volume off. So, there we go. Come on, it should say I'm live here. There we go. All right, we've got the chat. Don't forget to smash that like button, of course. That's important too. Doing good. What about you? Doing very busy. So, comment of the day. Let's get into comment of the day. That was on yesterday's video. We were talking about the one growth stock this week that has been doing good, that I have been buying, Lightlink. It's looking like it's going to have a strong close. Did pull back a little bit from 18.5 down to 16 yesterday, but there was some continued buying. This thing's been on a tremendous run. I started buying at 7 cents, and here we are at 17. So it's been pretty good. It's been a runner so far. They announced some news last week. Hopefully they're going to announce some more news next week. Long time ago, I did interview their CEO and talk about the company. That was like more than a year ago. A lot's changed. They're going to be getting into a lot of things. So let's go to the live chat. What's up? Only got Gatto on the dip today. Can you talk about UFC and MindMed? I don't know too much about that. Gatto had a really nice day today. But quick, let's do comment of the day. And I will be announcing the MindMed merch winners. And the merch should be shipped out this week for all of my peoples who tune into this live stream and are wondering, is my MindMed merch lost in the mail? It's not. It's just didn't get a chance to send it out yet, but I'm sending out all of the winners for the MindMed merch today. So, quick comment of the day. Can't wait for the new channel. I also looked up your picture the day of MindMed's IPO. LOL. Yes, I'm the guy who took a selfie while they were taking a photo for us. That's just stuck in history. It's forever going to be like that, so I'm happy about that. I'm sure everyone who looked at that picture is wondering, who is this fool taking a selfie? But it's gone pretty good so far. So Fuse, I'm mad. I only got 500 shares at 8 cents. Thanks, Fuse Cobalt. It's crazy. That stock's been on crazy. Hey, Aaron, any thoughts Hey Aaron, any thoughts of any good nickel stock? Love how MindMed Anumi has gone up in value. I haven't looked into the base metals yet, but I think I'm late to the party. I was talking about those, after gold and silver run, but it's looking like investors are liking base metals more than they're liking gold and silver right now. Let's see what else we got. Thoughts on doc.v. I love CloudMD. I think it's a great company. Possibly a top electrification stocks, non-silver, maybe talking about aluminum and copper. Copper, of course. Psych ETF buying is basically as good as a NASDAQ listing. I beg to differ. I know they only have 30 or 50 million. So it's good. It's positive. But I don't think it's going to be if we uplist to the NASDAQ. I think there's so many people who have waited for that announcement, not to say it's going to happen, but if and when it does happen, I think that in itself would boost the stock. And then, of course, when it actually goes onto the NASDAQ, and we're talking about MindMed here, then we'd obviously, a lot more investors could buy MindMed. So there is going to be a pullback. All sectors will get hit. In March, gold and silver went down 60% more. There might be a pullback. There probably will be a pullback in the future. I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know about that type of pullback, 60%. But for now, I'm long. So I'm sure there will be a pullback. I just don't know if it's going to be next week or next year. But they say time in the market beats timing the market. So that's actually one really awesome saying. Robinhood can buy Psych. That is you, Wolf Face. Yes, okay, that's good. That's good news, but I still don't think, it's as good as MindMed going onto the NASDAQ. Like I said, people have been waiting for that announcement to happen. So I think that in and itself would cause some hype, because it's like one of those things, that they've just been waiting to buy. So indirectly, yes, if Robinhooders can buy Psych, it's great for all the stocks that Psych owns, and of course MindMed's going to be included, but I think MindMed announcing, if they do announce that they're going onto the NASDAQ, would have more of an impact. I think it's better than Psych, but that's just my opinion. Ehave, behave. We did drop a video on Ehave this morning. Ehave, I don't know if I said that right, but let's see here. A stock going up 100% on no news means that it is now 100% less attractive, and I said unless news comes out and it goes up another 100%, which is possible, or on the flip side, maybe people are buying it because there's going to be a big announcement and something, is going to happen. That was pertaining to Lightlink. Of course, it's up another 10% today, but we'll see what happens next week. Sleepy Joe, 10 minutes on the job. Oh my gosh. No, it's not as good. NASDAQ, NQ, way better, but ETF is good news. Yeah, man, 100%. I agree with that. Anyways, so yeah, this video is all about your recap. So MindMed's, it had a nice morning. I'm not going to say it had an amazing afternoon. The day's not over. We've got one more hour, but it obviously hit $5, and then I'm sure there were a lot of psychological people, maybe day traders, swing traders, who were buying in the threes and said they were going to sell at 5. Like I said, 480 to 5 is going to be the next level of resistance, or that's just how it looked like on the charts for me. And we hit that, and we visibly pulled back. Now, don't get me wrong, guys, I'm not impatient. I'm just looking at the charts. I think that, it's going to head much higher, and if we can crack 5, then I think it's going to be off to the races. Hopefully test all-time highs. But once again, never financial advice. Of course, I'm bullish on MindMed because I own a bunch of shares, but don't buy or sell stocks on here because I talk about them. It's strictly my opinion. No more talk on TBX. I still own TBX. I still own Fosterville South. There's a lot of gold stocks out there right now that just aren't moving. Gold's having a red day. I'm going to try and get Brian Slazarchuk back on Departures Capital. We've interviewed him multiple times. So I have not forgotten about Fosterville or Termalina or, those companies. I still hold them. But there has not been much news. So that's the thing. One thing I can say, however, is on that topic of Termalina and Fosterville, I actually emailed, who is he? Let's see here. What's his name? Jonathan something. J. Richards at redfernconsulting.ca, who is the contact on SADAR for Leviathan Gold's contact. So he said, "Good morning, Aaron. We are pushing to get Leviathan listed as soon as possible. Everything is in with the exchange, and we have cleared all of their requests to date. The exact timing is out of our control, but we are hoping for late January, early February." So that was the latest update for Leviathan Gold. So what else we got here? FCO Power Hour. Drill results will blast. ETF coming next week. Shroom. I posted, bro, what's for lunch? Fosterville is hurting lately. I know. It's frustrating. So one sec. Let's just quickly look at FCO. If I'm feeling good, I might stay until the close. Have you heard of SCR, Score Media Gaming? I heard and read plenty of opportunity. I haven't heard about that stock. Kindly smash the like button, guys. Sorry, I forgot to ask, and subscribe if you didn't get the chance. I'm sure a lot of you guys have already subscribed, but smash the like button. I've got a ton more stuff too, and I did buy a few stocks today, so we can talk about that. And I will be updating the private group with those 3 trades. Not to worry, guys. What do we got here? Salt Talks. So that's something to watch. Go head on over to Salt. It's another YouTube channel, and they did a really long video today with a 52-minute video with JR. It was, they asked a lot of serious questions. Like, I don't know how they censor it, but they basically asked JR, like, when's the last time you did this drug? When's, and it was some pretty interesting questions. So if you want to get to learn some personal stuff about JR, like, I watched most of it, and it was pretty interesting. So another quick video. Whether or not Bitcoin should be a reserve currency should be left to the free markets to decide, said Ron Paul, former congressman. So I want to watch that interview. I watched Peter Schiff's interview this morning on gold versus Bitcoin. He clearly hates Bitcoin. Analysts see latter approach when it comes to gold price rally in 2021. So nothing goes up in a straight line. It is consolidating, looking for something to keep the momentum going, said Peter Hugg after seeing an unexpected jump on Wednesday when Joe Biden was sworn in at 1870. We're back down around 1850. So here we go. We can talk about the gold survey. Who's going to start cultivating magic toads? Isn't it funny? Wall Street flips again. Wall Street is just like flippity floppity these days with their, outlook on gold. One day it goes up. Oh, we're bullish. A couple days it goes down. JP Morgan comes into the market. Oh, we're bearish. And it's just like, at least Main Street has remained bullish. So Main Street 67% bullish, 17% bearish, 15% neutral. Wall Street flippity floppity back to 60% bullish on gold. So let's see what they said. Gold market continues to attract strong bullish sentiment among retail investors. So that's good to know. Retail this time around, retail is more bullish. So yeah, we'll take a look at all those stocks in a sec. I did notice TAT. I was talking about TAT in the low 2s. I didn't trade it. I didn't buy it. When it dipped down there to the low 2s, it did look pretty good. Sorry, right there around 230. Now we're back to 278. Today it's up 6.5%. Really nice run. So that is pretty awesome. What else we got here? I was looking at this one company too. I took a position around 25 cents when it was sliding. Obviously didn't get the bottom. Brixton Metals. This was just a small cap gold stock I was looking at. I was looking at their corporate presentation. This is absolutely non-sponsored. I've never even talked to the company. I was just looking at a bunch of different gold and silver stocks. However, I did notice that Eric Sprott had a decent position in the company, along with McEwen, US Global, Hecla Mining. So that was just one on my watch list. However, I did buy some silver stocks today. I've been talking about this dip in silver, and I just can't allocate all my capital to psychedelics, as amazing as they've been performing. So I bought a little bit more Aftermath silver, right around $1.17. Bought some Impact silver around 90 cents, 91 cents, 92 cents, somewhere in and around there. And some Arcana. Oh my gosh, keeps on dropping. If it keeps going lower, I want to pick this up in the 80s. Yeah, for a near-term producer, it hasn't done much. I mean, we did spike up to $1.24, that early rally, but yeah, I saw Nova Royalty dip today, but it ran so much, over the past little while. I feel like I missed the boat. That was my problem with this one. Like it had, yeah, it pulled back 4% today, but it ran this last month from like 350 to almost $6. Like it almost doubled this month, and it's up from $1.75 to $6. I slept on this one. SQD. I'll take a look at that later. Oh yeah, and there's one other stock that I did actually buy quite a bit of today. So Impact Silver, Arcana, and Aftermath were relatively small positions. Did a little bit of rebalancing and picked up some core mining today. So I got it on the low, or I got it for around 149, 150. I was watching core for a while, and they announced that they approved this spin out. So I'm going to take part in this spin co, whatever. And from my interpretation, this is the last day to own it if you want in on the spin co. So pursuant to the agreement, and the wording's pretty like confusing, but the owners of common shares of core as of the close of business on the day before the effective date of the agreement, anticipated to be January 25th, will receive 1/2 of common share of Karas Gold, 1 new share of core for each common share of core held on the day before the effective date of the agreement. So the effective date of the agreement anticipated to be January 25th, and then it's like as of the close of business on the day before, anticipated to be January 22nd. So I don't know. I interpreted that as today, so I bought some core. Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. It's bounced 2 cents off the low of the day, so we'll see what happens. All right, guys, so MindMed keeps on slowly declining. Not that it's a big deal. I mean, we're still in the green, but you know, I would have liked a strong close. Can't get everything we want. Let's pull up the 5-minute chart. So yeah, I mean, it definitely has broken out. It's not going to go straight up. It's a relatively weak close in my opinion, but I'll still take any green that we get. So we'll see. And the day's not over yet. So let's see. One other company that I did want to talk about that I am working with, that I actually bought a little bit of yesterday. That's Golden Mountain. So Golden Mountain having a pretty good day again today. For some reason my iPhone says it's at 108. I guess like these quotes are delayed. Yeah, they're delayed by 15 minutes. There we go. I don't know what happened there, but it's breaking out. Picked up some below $1. So I will be posting an interview next Wednesday with their CEO. Interesting looking company. So I wanted to add, like I said, I wanted to add some exposure to gold recently. I want to capitalize on my gains in the psychedelic sector to add to my positions in gold. So we'll see. You need to have a look at GoldMoney, my favorite way to play gold, silver, and whack currencies. All right. Let's look at GoldMoney. XAU. $250 million market cap, 52-week range of 140 to 374. Sorry, 375. What exactly do they do? Probably something to do with gold and money. I don't know GoldMoney. Financial technology company, precious metal payment network, and it is engaged in precious metal investment services. Its objective is to make precious metal-backed savings accessible to all. Powered by the company's patented technology is an online account that enables clients to invest, earn, or spend gold, silver, platinum, palladium, and cryptocurrencies that are all stored in insured vaults in more than 6 countries. All bullion assets are fully allocated and physically redeemable property. GoldMoney Wealth Limited is regulated by the Jersey Financial Services Commission. Cool. That's actually pretty cool. I'll have to add that to the watch list. Thanks. It's had a pretty nice run too recently. Man, 3-month chart. Don't like to buy these stocks when they're so high. What else is on the watch list today, guys? First Energy Metals, FE. First. Come on, investing.com. This one had a crazy week. 15 cents to 20 cents. I guess that's not that crazy. Decent little pullback today, though. Let's see here. So the ask is 20.5 cents. Give me a sec. I just got to send a text message. Peter Schiff Company, thoughts on buying into ETF when available or stick with individual stocks? It's your call. Like, if you appreciate diversity, if you're not a risky investor, ETFs are probably better because chances are you're not going to, lose all your money or a lot of your money, or like, for example, in the psychedelic sector, like, let's say you loved Champion Brands is your favorite company in the world. You researched it for like 2 years and you thought it was going to be, the best company in the world. Not to say they're not that good, but anyways, let's say, you invested all your money in Champion Brands. Right now it's still halted. So like, that's the individual risk when it comes to, but that comes to any stock. I would say there's more risk when it comes to new sectors like psychedelics, like anything that's, super growth oriented and is really new. You're going to get scams. You're going to have, corruption and all that stuff because those sectors are so new. They're less regulated, they're more volatile. But if I was, and then also, you just got to, it depends on your experience as an investor. If you're confident enough to buy individual companies, and then yeah, you can also just take the top 5 companies in an ETF and buy those. That's another suggestion. Like, that's what I like to do. I'm confident enough that I know how to research a few things, and I'll buy individual stocks. But, I think there's a place for everything. If you want a hands-off approach, if you're not an active investor, you don't have time to research, that might be a better idea just to, you know what you're interested in. Oh, I like gold, I like psychedelics, I like dividend stocks, one specific sector, renewable energy, whatever. Buy an ETF. If you want to be more active, maybe buy individuals stocks. That's my 2 cents. So when is gold and silver finally breaking out? That's a great question. Good question. I think, once more talk about stimulus comes, but I think this is one trade that I'm still willing to, sit on, accumulate. It's not going to happen overnight, or it could start to, but yeah, it's a tough call. So MindMed's moving down on heavy volume, over 5 million shares traded already, guys. We got that big buy in the morning. I'm just curious to see if we get some kind of late day rally in the last 30 minutes because, it's pulled back from 5, basically. That's like a 30-cent pullback, which is pretty substantial. So who knows? We'll see if some late day traders take some weekend long positions. I'm curious to see what the daily RSI is. 43. 7-day RSI 65. Monthly RSI 67. It's getting up there. Ooh, still selling. We'll see if we close in the green. We're only up 6 cents now. Not that it matters too much. I mean, we had a really nice run yesterday, so any type of green today I was gonna be happy with. I mean, I'd be much happier with $5 though. Jordan Harris with a really interesting question. I don't know, man. What kind do you use? Made major gains on MJ, now dipping into psychedelic sector. MEDF was my pick, along with waiting on SHRMF. Not interested in ETF, just wondering your thoughts. Yeah, I probably won't buy the ETF myself personally. So Pull and Psych are nice looking. Let's see how some of the other guys are doing. I did a bunch of MindMed today. I think we'll go higher next week with the ETF on Tuesday. Fuse Cobalt had a good run, but there are a lot of information among investors. Recent NR is more First Cobalt than Fuse Cobalt. Yeah. So the dump continues. VFF. My uncle owns that stock, actually. My only concern with Atai is the fact that they're going right onto the NASDAQ. I mean, Compass, if you compare it to Compass did really well on its first day. I just feel like at this point, you know, the sector has gotten a lot of love. There's probably going to be a lot of hype around Atai. And I don't know. I mean, O'Leary definitely likes Atai. Like, if you watch that one video, he talked about how if he was allocating, you know, every million, 45% would go to MindMed, 40% would go to Atai, and 15% would go to Compass. So that's encouraging, but I understand where he's coming from. He just wants, you know, as many, like, exposure to as many molecules as possible. So that makes sense to me. Would I buy a tie right off the bat? I don't know. If it's going to go crazy on IPO day, probably not. All right, guys. VFF is at $16. Yeah, I don't know. It had a nice run. A lot of MJ stocks had a really nice run. I'm kind of out of that whole thing. I did not buy the dip in MJ stocks. Probably because, you know, I'm, you know, a little bit scarred from the last crash. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Although I did pick up a few names, like Curaleaf was one winner. Not too much of it I picked up, but that was a big winner. Sold Afria too early. What else do we got here to talk about? Oh yeah, no, we were gonna look at those. I want to look at Wallbridge Mining one more time. That was one company that I consistently like reduced my position on. It wasn't doing much, and now it's dropping to 73 cents. If it drops into the 60-cent range, then I might pick it up again. Yeah, totally. If a tie goes crazy on IPO, that is a good indicator for MindMed. I think if a tie goes crazy on IPO day, then MindMed would probably do the same thing, and MindMed would probably go up too. It's like if we watched Compass IPO'd, and there was so much hype like right away. So that was very encouraging. I really think that Compass's IPO did light a nice fire underneath a lot of these stocks, and that's really, you know, what started. Wallbridge is not a royalty. Wallbridge is like an exploration company. I don't know why Wallbridge is dropping. I mean, they've got an awesome looking property. they've got some really strategic shareholders. Just they don't always go up. I mean, it's the same question like why is Fosterville dropping? Tourmaline has been outperforming Fosterville recently. AAG, IPT, Arcana. Just grouping all these together. MindMed. Yeah, so we actually dropped as low as 458 today. So let's see if in the last half hour we will get some like late day buyers. I feel like this could happen. So MindMed actually dipped into the red today. That's pretty interesting. If you buy GoldMoney, which you should, great undervalued company, I demand a MindMed hoodie. That is definitely not financial advice, right? Lauriston results anytime soon. I sure hope so. I sure hope so. I took a little bit off the top of Fosterville to buy some core mining today, which I plan to buy back ASAP, especially if it goes below $2 anymore. Let's look at FSX right now. Most stocks are massively down comparing to 10 years ago. So yeah, Fosterville's at 196. Let's look at the 1 month chart, or the not 1 month chart. Oh guys, if we get to 150, 160, I'm gonna definitely be buying some more of this. Gold and silver are dead stocks. Right now they are. But yeah, just wait and see. I might be wrong, but I'm a long-term gold bull, so let's wait and see. JR rocked a sick Nike hoodie on the interview. Is MTA getting buyable now? What's up, Timothy? Nice to have you here. Thank you for all those posts in the group. I appreciate it. And I sent you a message. Said I wasn't ignoring you. I just didn't see those notifications. But yeah, thanks. Metalla royalty. Ugh. I actually made a list of some royalty streamers that I want to make. I mean that I want to buy, not make. Why not cover more tech stocks? Because I'm not a tech bull. I'm not that interested in tech. What's your thoughts on Sierra Metals? That was on my list. And you can call me naive, whatever, but wow, Sierra Metals, great run. I was looking at that. Awesome performance today. Timothy Zuber Zub. Man. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not like I don't like tech. I like tech stocks where I have an opportunity to get in on an idea before the masses know about it. Like, I'm not going to be the guy who buys Apple or Amazon or Shopify, even if they've consistently outperformed and they've done amazing. It just doesn't interest me. Not to mention, there's opportunity there, but it's like, I don't know. It's just kind of boring for me. Thoughts on TAT? Charts look pretty good for TAT. Like, I know tech is, millennials love tech. Well, that's CRO Wireless. Sorry. Totally screwed that up. Jesus. I'm distracted today, guys. Down 6%. I've not been certain opportunities in the electric vehicle sector. I feel like there are still some opportunities. I'm still on the fence about it. I was never the first one to talk about electric vehicles, so I feel like jumping on now, I would be just jumping on it as a FOMO trade, but that is pretty funny though, that I looked up Sierra Wireless and it's up 18%. To be honest, this chart looks pretty good. I mean, the pullback looks pretty good today. Thanks for bringing this up, man. I might have to take a look at this one. Yeah, and this chart does look pretty good. It's making higher lows. So yeah, smash that like button, guys. If you forgive me for being so careless. I think gold and silver will drop even further as the economy recovers. That's good, man. We'll see what happens. I'll keep buying. We'll see who's right. You could be right. I could be right. But yeah, we'll see. Gotta have some kind of diversity. But I don't think silver will keep dropping if the economy recovers, because silver, you actually need silver. And there's going to be a supply shortage of silver. Less production, more demand. And if you're bullish on the economy recovering, then, being bullish on silver for electric vehicles and tech and all that other stuff that you want is probably, silver is probably going to do pretty well. So, wow, MindMed is having a nice little sell-off here. 455 now, 465, 456. Where will we close, guys? Where will we close? There's lots of deals right now in the precious metal sector, I think. Once again, not financial advice. I'm putting SMT on the top of my list, though. This dip looks pretty nice. Don't they have exposure to copper? We just got our first Bitcoin guy trying to sell Bitcoin, although unfortunately their message was flagged, so that's never going to appear. I love all these people who are trying to sell Bitcoin in the comments. Someone even made a fake account for Departure Stocks and they were like posting and stuff. Oh man. Just bought some at 450. We're at 459, guys. Back in the green. 461. Looks like MindMed's gonna test 420. I don't know, man. We'll see. It could. Buy Ripple. Wait, you can't. No. Sorry, I'm not going to be buying any crypto, unfortunately. Chandan Kumar. Okay, sir. What's up? I got Lindian for copper. It's been good. Yeah. Let's look at that. I'm really impressed by the run in some of these copper stocks. Evening Star. Sorry, I don't really study candlestick patterns, but I think I should. What do you think about O'Leary saying Atai buying MindMed? I didn't hear about that. Could you please post any info you have about that? Talk more about MindMed. Man, what do you want me to say? I don't know what to talk about for MindMed. What do you want to know? Ask me questions. That's a better question. Let's do this first. It's snowing like crazy out. So, where are you guys from? What are your plans for the weekend? Say some exciting stuff. I want to hear it. Why is this not working? Oh, you know what it is? I unplugged my salt rock lamp. Give me some stuff to talk about and then I'll talk about it. In the talk, it said about unity within the sector, psychedelic. I think it's a possibility. I wouldn't rule it out. Which video were you referring to specifically? It was the first talk this week, like when it was O'Leary, JR, and that one dude. I think I know what you're talking about. It was... Shoot. Was it this one? No. Was it... This is a Reddit community. Lots of funny stuff in here. Why is... What is this? My heart goes out to those that listen to the bashers. Sold at 340 Canadian. What? Anyways, they posted a video on the MindMed Reddit group. Where is it? Can't find it, guys. But anyways, I think I know what you're talking about. I think you can find it online. Your outlook on MindMed's future, I'm getting... we'll show that. Mitchell. Get a vision into the future. Field Trip Health. Hello, sir. What's up? Field Trip Health has an interesting technology. Also, Core One Labs does. I don't have too much to say about Field Trip Health. Please, sir, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. AUN. Sure thing. A little bit. I'll talk a little bit about Arcana. I like Arcana because they're a near-term producer, or that's what they say. And they haven't moved yet, so that was one that I bought today. A little bit more. I think the near-term silver producers are going to do pretty good. That is Arcana and Vizsla Resources. Gatos Silver has been doing pretty good. We'll see if it can get above 20 bucks. VZLA, let's see what VZLA does. Tyler M. It was exciting when they were talking about acquisitions during the first week. Missed the earlier comment, eating mushrooms this weekend. Vizsla at $1.60 looks pretty good. Talk about EV stocks. It's not really my thing. That's pretty exciting if J&J and MindMed do some kind of collaboration. I think, you know, if we get some kind of investment into this is something I've been talking about for the longest, not the longest time, maybe like a month or two. You know, we saw this in MJ. We saw Constellation Brands and Altria come into the space, and what's it called? Canopy went up 38% in one day. So if MindMed gets some kind of investment by Big Pharma, J&J, I think, same thing's going to happen, probably. We'll see, but I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know what is going on with this one dude on the chat here. It's on fire. MindMed is going to announce a cure for people who like mint in their chocolate. That's a good one. Canopy. Yeah, so like I said, I mean, there's probably going to be some big thing that happens. For which company, I don't know. If it's for MindMed, that's awesome. I feel like it's going to jump like crazy the day that if and when that was to ever be announced. Big pharma partner. Who knows, guys? That's the thing. I like to take a little less active approach to this. Like, it's fun to watch the stocks trade. They're very volatile. But I just simply, set a point where, and I said this for the last, ever since financing, I said I'm buying it anywhere below 440, as much as I want, as long as I maintain a bit of diversity in my portfolio. And then above 440, I'm just going to let it ride and see what happens. So that's worked out kind of well so far. Sorry, I don't know who this dude is or what you're saying, but be careful of the fake news on Reddit. The sharks know where to hunt. Would you rather a buyout or MindMed grow on its own? Well, great question. I think that a buyout would equate to quick money. Maybe not necessarily a good thing, but them growing on their own could, probably return more for shareholders in the future. So if you want a quick buck, let's say they buy MindMed out for $6 or whatever. I don't know, $6, $8. Who knows what? Probably wouldn't be $8. Who knows? That's just a number that I randomly threw out there. But I think you'd make a quick buck if MindMed was to get bought out. But over the long term, I think that if they try to do it on their own, which they probably could, they might make shareholders more money. Which is usually the case for a lot of businesses. So you got to believe in the company that they're able to do it. I mean, MindMed's got a pretty strong team, so I'm willing to take my chances. What's my price target on MindMed? I talked about that in yesterday's video. If this is an actual breakout, I think it will go higher than all-time highs. So if we look at the last breakout, run up, consolidate, breakout, run up, consolidate, breakout. Just throwing numbers out there. Who knows, maybe $8 to $10. $1,337 price target for MindMed from AB. That's very, very hopeful. If that happens, I'm sure a lot of us will be happy. So anyways, guys, looks like MindMed's going to have a weak close. Obviously, there's still 10 minutes left, but it's at 454 now. So definitely was rejected at $5, but that's okay. We've got that ETF next week, so we'll see what happens. Light links back to 18 cents. Let's go. Let's go. Another green day. Wow. This thing. Big runner. Imagine the whole run up so far, just a 1-2. If that's the case, I'm buying everyone a ticket to Yacht Week. That would be sweet. Yeah. Anyways, so I will be announcing the winners for the merch today. Literally in like an hour. I'm going to drop a video on Departure Stocks just talking about a few things. And I'm probably going to head out now, guys. So thanks so much for all of your support. It's been fun covering MindMed and everything else that we cover on the channel, not just MindMed, gold and silver stocks, all the sponsored content. It's been a crazy week. The market's pretty crazy. And yeah, best of luck. Have a great weekend. Sorry to wrap it up, but I got to. I want to relax. So don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to both channels, Departures Capital and Departure Stocks. And we'll be announcing the winner on Departure Stocks. So tune into Departure Stocks. The video will be up in an hour or two. And that's it. I'm out of here.